Welcome back to digital class, and this is a discussion for the things you need to do during holiday, and also we'll be discussing our PSLE Countdown Worksheet number 1. Okay, so in simple, basically during holiday, this term 3 holiday, you are supposed to complete two things. So the first thing you need to complete is this prelim self-analysis report. So far, you still have not received your result or your paper yet, but there are some things that you can do, which I will explain again in this part. Then second, you are asked to do your PSLE countdown worksheet number 1. Okay, and I'll be discussing the answer down here later on. So let me first explain the first one first. What you are supposed to do in this self-analysis report. Okay, so you should have this report with you now. And what you need to do is very simple. First, write down your name, class, and date. And what I have did in this paper is I've actually written down all of the type of question that came out in the prelim. So as you can see, paper 1, booklet A, question 1, and this question is from place value and digit value. And now I'm actually trying to include this where to revise for you so that you are able to go back and look at your booklet notes and check what are the things that you maybe forget or what are the things you need to revise more. Okay. And what you are supposed to do is to check all of this where to revise, basically all of this. Okay. And paper 1, booklet A, paper 1, booklet B, just read all of it. And paper 2 also, read all of this. After you have gone through all of this, you notice, hey, what came out in the exam basically is exactly what we have learned. Okay. This is exactly what we have learned. And the challenge now is that you tend to forget what you have learned. Okay. And after you have gone through all these questions, and what I need you to do is to complete your reflection report number 1. Okay, these are some questions to guide you. Are there any parallels between where to revise question and the prelim question? And after you have read through all of these questions, are those questions still regarded as challenging or difficult? And what you can do to familiarize or you can revise all of these questions. Okay, then you complete all this reflection report number 1. And after you have completed this, then when we come back after our holidays, then basically we'll go through the rest of the things together. Okay, so that's all for this. And now let's go to our countdown worksheet number 1. Okay, um, I would suggest you to try yourself first before you watch this. But if you have already tried out but you still can't do it, no worries. You also can check with this video, or perhaps you have completed it. You also can check out this video to find out whether your answer is correct or not. Okay, let's look at our section A question number 1. This question basically says that a gym ball 20 cm in diameter was rolled across the length of 510 cm room, then back to its original position. This basically tells you that there's a ball and the diameter is 20 cm, and this ball roll in front, then roll backwards. Okay, it's a very, very important things you need to take note. And the question now asks, how many complete rotation did the gym ball make? Okay, first thing you need to understand that although you are given 510 cm as the room, the length of the room, but it doesn't mean that you actually the ball able to travel the whole distance. No, 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 no. What happened is this ball is like this, and the center of the ball is here, down here. If the ball actually reach here later on, sorry for the bad drawing, the same thing here that there will be a part where the ball actually can't reach. For example, this part and this part. Why? Because if we count from here, of course, the the wall actually doesn't allow you to go through it because you are blocked by the wall. That's why this green color part you are not able to go through it. That's why the real distance that you actually travel is only here, up here. So we need to find the length of the room that you're able to travel. The room that able to travel. First, we understand that the ball with diameter of 20 cm means that this part where we can't actually go in is actually the radius. Is that correct? Radius and radius. So basically, we know that here is 10 cm, here's 10 cm. So in simple, the length of the room that we're able to travel is actually 510 minus 10 minus 10, which is equal to 490. This is the distance where we actually able to travel. And let's continue. Now, since this ball is like rolling, basically the circumference actually is the one that is very important. Okay, so we need to find out what is the circumference. Okay, so circumference of the ball. Circumference, again, we know the formula is either 2 pi r or pi d. So pi basically is 22 over 7 times d. What's our diameter? Again, we are given 20 cm. And basically you get is 440 over 7. Now, in order to know how many rotations that we're able to make, very simple, you need to know that we are using the length of the room divided by our circumference. So our rotation basically is length of the room divided by our circumference. 440 over 7. And again, divide, we need to make it into times. How? If we make into times, we need to flip over the numerator and the denominator. So it will become, let me just write it here, 490 times 7 over 440. You can simplify this, then you can use calculator to solve this. Again, calculator is not allowed to use except question 1. So you can use for question 1. Then you get is about 7.795. But the question mentioned that you are supposed to get complete rotation. So 7.795 is not a complete rotation. Okay. Means that, okay, basically means that 7 is a complete rotation, but the 0.795 means that it is not complete. That's why your answer is supposed to be 7. Okay. This 7 only means that you're going to this side. The question means that the question mentioned that you're going back to original position. Means that you're going backwards. That's why 7 times 2 is equal to 14. And the answer is 14. Okay. So again, what you need to do first for this question is to identify the length of the room that you're able to travel. Second, find the circumference. Then use length to divide circumference to get the rotation. And make sure that you know that whether which one is the complete rotation. Again, do not look at 7.795. Then you say, oh, round off 8. No, 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 no. 0.795 is not considered as a complete rotation. So it's not counted. Okay. So it's 7, then 7 times 2, then is equal to 14. Okay. So let's look at the second question. Pupils in the school are divided equally into group X and Y. So basically there's X, there's Y. Okay. The ratio of the number of boys to the number of girls in group X is 3 to 1. And group Y, boys to girl, is 1 to 2. What is the ratio of the total number of girls? Let me just highlight this one. Total number of girls to the total number of pupils. Probably some of you will here because you don't know what to do next. But the key word here is divided equally into group X and group Y. Means that the number of people in X and Y are supposed to be the same. Or in simple, their total supposed to be the same. Okay, which is a concept similarly or similar to something called unchanged total. Okay, this is what we have learned in booklet number 4. So 3 plus 1, 4, 1 plus 2, 3. And again, we know the total supposed to be the same. How to make it the same? LCM. So we times 3, we times 4. So if we times 3 here, we times 3 here, we times 3 here. If we times 4 here, we times 4 here, we times 4 here. And now the new ratio is supposed to be 9 to 3 to 12, 4 to 8 to 12. Okay? And now the question is saying the total number of girls to the total number of pupils. So, total number of girls, how can we find the total number of girls? Girls, right? So 3, 8. So basically girls are 3 plus 8. So basically girls and total. Girls are basically 3 plus 8. And total we know is 12 and another 12. So it's 12 plus 12. So in simple, basically it just means 11 over 20. And we are done for this question. I think it's kind of a simple question. So let's move forward to our next question. Question number 3. And question number 3, I believe, is a very familiar question for you because you know that this is questions that is similar to your mid uh, prelim exam question. Okay, but again, this is a question, is a concept that we've been learning all the time. Okay, now let me just explain it before I go to this question. Now, if there's a triangle like this, another triangle like this. Now, given that the base here are the same, okay, example, let me just put here 9 cm, and here is also 9 cm, and the height here and the height here are also the same. Example, let me just put here 6 cm, 6 cm, and we know that because their base and the height are the same, so no matter how standard is the triangle, the area for this triangle and this triangle are actually still the same. Okay, this is something that you must know and is very important. And you have learned this in P5, okay? Okay, so let's look at this question. In the figure below, ABCD is a rectangle, CFE and BFD are straight lines. Based on the information given above, each of the statement below is either true, false, or not possible to tell. For each statement, put a tick to indicate your answer. The first statement, the area of triangle BCE, BCE is equal to the triangle BDE. Let me just highlight BDE, BDE. Is it true? Answer is yes, it is true. Why? They have the same base. Can you see the same base, the length? And they have the same height. No matter, again, no matter how it looks like, as long as the base and the height are the same, they are the same. Okay? Then the question continues. The area of BCF is equal to the area of DEF. Is it true? The answer is yes, it's true. Why, teacher? It doesn't look the same. Again, you need to understand one thing. If these two triangles are the same and they are overlapping with each other, of course, the overlapping part means that this part, of course, this part are the same, right? Where they seem to share the same area here, of course, the rest of the here will be the same. Okay? This example, if this square and this square example is the same area. So this part they overlap, and these two are the same area. Then of course here and here we have the same. You get what I mean? Okay. Again, another example. I'm saying that this rectangle and this rectangle are actually the same, in the same area. Okay. If I say this is an overlapping, means that here and here will be the same because they are the same, and the overlapping part is always the same area. Okay. And that's how this uh, area or this area of triangle works. Okay, thank you. And let's move forward to question number 4. A simple question. Two groups of students started their 6 km trail run around a natural park at 8:45. So it's a 6 km distance and 8:45 it started. They started at the same time but went into opposite direction. As you can see, this is going to this side, this is going to this side. And the average speed of group A was 5 km per hour, where the average speed for group B is 4 km per hour. Okay. So with this, you actually can get one thing. Before that, first thing, draw the triangle. Speed, distance. Now, here say that the average speed for here is 5, here is 4. So we actually can add the speed together to find out the speed of them both together is what? The total speed is basically 5 plus 4 is equal to 9. With this speed, and we are given this one, this is a distance. So we need to know that with this speed and cover this distance, how much time I need to have. So what we need to know is the time. To know the time, again, I need to use distance divided by speed. Our distance is given 6. Our time is, our speed is given 9. So 6 divided by 9, we know that the simplify is equal to 2 over 3. And this is in hour. Okay, this is in hour. Let's try to convert into minute. I think it's better, right? 2 over 3 hours times 60 minutes. So we simplify, we get is actually 40 minutes. Okay, let me just remove this one first. Okay, let me just this is in minute. Okay, and we know that they started at 8:45, and after 40 minutes, they actually met each other. So we basically need to add 40 here. So if add 40, we know it's 885. But we need to know that we need to convert, right? Because 85 is something weird. So we know that you add 2 hours, 2 hours, 1 hours, minus 60. Because 1 hour equal to 60 minutes. Basically means that they will meet at 9 o'clock and 9:25. Okay, so it's 09:20. We are done with this question. Let's continue to section B, question number 1. This question is a very interesting question that you must know. Okay, it's a must know question. Let's look at this question. Claire had a roll of wire that was used to make stars. Okay, there's a wires to make stars. She used 3.75 of the wire to make 12 small stars and 15 big stars. So let me just highlight this 3.75 meter to make 12 small star and 15 big stars. So let me just draw. There's a small star, example like this, and there's a big star. Okay, something weird there. With this, I can make 12 small stars and 15 big stars. And there was some remaining wire left. There's remaining there, okay? She could not make a big star with the remaining, as she will be short of 4 cm of wire. Okay, again, listen this one. She could not make a big star with the remaining because she will be short of 4 cm of wire. So she make a small star with the remaining wire. Instead, there's a 3 cm of wire left. Okay, this sentence basically tells you a very important information. Okay, you see, big star short of 4, small star actually have 3 cm wire left over. This basically tells you, look at A. What was the difference in the length of wire used to make a big star and small star? Basically, 4 plus 3, 7. That's all. Why? Because 1 is not enough for 1. There's 1 3 extra. Basically, it actually tells you that the difference is basically 7. Let me just draw a model for you. Is that the small one, we need a certain amount. Example, this is the length of the wire. Okay. But for big one, or for the large one, let me just use the word large. It basically needs the same one, but extra 7 cm. That's why short of 4, but there's extra 3. Okay, and let's look at here. And B now asking, what was the length of the row of the wire clear F at first? Okay, so let's try to use this to solve. Okay, small one, let's assume as 1 unit. Large one, 1 unit plus 7. So if I have 12 small star and 15 big star, basically is 12 small because I have 12, right? One small is 1 unit. So 12 small is 12 unit. Big, large. So how many? I have 15 big. So basically means 15 unit plus. Now again, because I'm using 15, right? So it's 15 of this one and 15 of this one. So 15 times 7, that's equal to 105. And all of this are actually how many? 3.75 meter. So in simple, basically this tells you that this plus this, basically 12 unit plus 15 unit plus 105 is equal to 3.75 meter. But again, now look at here, a very important point here you need to take note is that now they are using what? cm. So this 105 is actually in cm, but we are given here 3.75 meter. So we need to convert this into cm first. Move 2 unit is 375 cm. So the unit equation that's given to you is 12 unit plus 15 unit plus 105 equal to 375 cm. So 12 unit plus 15 unit is 27 unit. And again, what we have learned, last 105, we move there will become minus 375 minus 105. So 27 unit is equal to 375 minus 105, and that's equal to 270. So 1 unit, basically I know is 10. So in simple, if you look at here, means that one small one actually costs 10 cm. One big one or one large one is actually cost 10 plus 7, 17 cm. Okay, but now this is not the objective of the question. The objective of the question is to ask you the length of the row of the wire clear have at first. Okay, so we know that if at first is what? 3.75. Okay, right here, 3.75 meter. Or let me just write in cm first, okay? 3.375 cm. And the leftover, she used what? So she make a small star, and with the remaining wire instead, and have 3 cm left. So a small star is what? A small star is 1 unit, which is 10. And there's still how many left? 3 cm left. 3 cm left. So 375, which is the one she used, 10, which is the one she make a small star, and leftover, the real leftover 3. And to add up together is 388. Okay. So in simple, question A is 7 cm. Question B is 388 cm, or you can write 3.88 meter. Okay. And we are done with section B, question number 1. Let's look at question number 2. The figure below, the figure shown below is made of identical semicircles of different sizes. There's 2 small, as you can see, 2 small, 4 medium, as you can see, 4 medium here. Let me just highlight for you. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4 medium and 4 large one. Large one basically is this part. Okay, 4 large one. In each of the small semicircles has a diameter of 5 meter. So basically, you also can see that this part to this is 5 meter. Okay. And now you will ask to find the diameter of one large semicircle. Okay. One large semicircle means from here up to here, as you can see from the diagram. That's slightly challenging for you to think about it. But if you're able to visualize, for example, I'm trying to do this. You see that, okay, let me just highlight, use highlighter. See, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I actually can do this. 7, 8, 9, 10. So what I'm doing is I'm just trying to do this, okay? Let me just draw this for you so you're not confused. I'm drawing a small one here. I'm drawing a small one here, okay? Then what I will do is I assume that here to here is 5 meter. Here and here is 5 meter. Can you see that? And you notice that here, let me just highlight using green color now. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. Means that this 10 unit, I add back this 5, 5, 5, 5, I will get a total of 30. So in order to find this small green color part, what I can do is 1, 2, 3, 4. 5 times 4, 20. Then I use this 30 to minus this 20, it will be 10. And 10 basically are all these green color parts. And if you count it, it's exactly 10. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 divided by 10, that's equal to 1. Means that each small color part, green color part, is actually 1 cm. So let me just quickly erase it so you can visualize it again. Means that, again, if I had to put here like this, something like this, this is 5, here is 1, here's 1, here's 1, here's 1. So to know the diameter of a large semicircle, basically it's 1 plus 1 plus 5 plus 1 plus 1. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9. So it's 5 plus 4, 9. And you are done for the first one. Of course, if you want to write, you need to write properly, it's 9 meter. Now, let's look at B. B. Find the total area of the shaded portion. Okay, now let's just put it here. The large one, the medium one, and the small one. Okay, so basically we can understand as the big one, there is 4. The medium one, there is 4. And the small one, there's 2. And in order for me to find the total area of the shaded portion, what I need to do is I need to use the 4 big one to minus the 4 medium one. Is it correct? Because they took over the place. You see that? They took over this place. So you need to minus. Then what you need to do is you need to add the 2 small shaded. Okay? So with this, then I can actually find out. And I know that if I want to find this, I know that you need to use the formula of half pi r squared. So what is my radius? For my large semicircle, I know the diameter is 9. So I know the radius here is 4.5. For the medium part, you need to take note that the diameter is 1, is here up to here only, right? So it's 5, 6, 7, it's 7. So the radius of this will be 3.5. And now I find the smaller semicircle. The small semicircle is 5 as diameter. So I know the radius will be 2.5. And with this, I actually can try to find my information already. Okay, let me just quickly move this and I can solve it. Okay, and we are given pi as 3.14. Okay, so our large one, 4 times half, because it's a semicircle, right? times pi r is 4.5 squared. And we'll get is 127.17. Want to find the medium. The medium is again 4 because we have 4 times half times pi times radius, which is 3.5 squared, which is 76.43. Now we are looking for the small one. Small, we have 2 only. Again, we have 2. So it's 2 times half pi. What is our radius? Look at here again. 2.5 squared. 2.5 squared. And we get is 19.62. And again, what we need to do is to minus then plus. So 127.17 minus 76.93. Okay, this is supposed to be 9, sorry. Then plus 19.625. And our answer is 69.865. And again, we are asked to find our answer in 2 decimal places. So it's equal to 69.87. Okay, and that's all for our part. So here be 69.87 meters squared. Then we are done for our second question section B. Okay, feel free to pause to write down the steps, or you can watch it back later on. Okay, let's continue our section B, our last question, question number 3. So basically, question number 3, you are given the figures where there's gray and white tiles to use to form the figures below as a pattern shown below. And it's okay actually not to look at the figure if it's confusing to you. The main thing here is look at the table. Let's look at the table. A. The table shows the number of gray and white tiles used for the first 4 figures. Okay, complete the table for figure 4 and 5. Okay, so let's look at here. You know that it's 3, 5, 7, and you know that it's adding 2, right? Adding 2. So 3, 5, 7, probably 9, probably 11. 2, 6, 12, then 1. Probably you might notice that it's like plus 4, plus 6. Probably it's plus 8, then plus 10. Is that correct? 2, 4, 6, 8, 10. Okay? But let's try to think in another way there. Is there any other ways to look at it except just adding it like this? Okay? Now, if you notice, let's come back to gray tiles now. 3. How 3 is related to 1? How 5 is related to 2? How 7 is related to 3? You might notice that it can be like 1 times 2 plus 1. Correct? 1 times 2, 2. 2 plus 1, 3. Here it can be 2 times 2 plus 1. Here give me 3 times 2 plus 1. 4 times 2 plus 1. 5 times 2 plus 1. Okay, and you notice that A, here is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, which go correspondent to this 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Okay, let's try to see 2, 6, 12. How is it related? 1 times 2. Okay. How about this? 2 times 3. Okay. How about this one? 3 times 4. Okay, and you will notice what happened here is 1, 2, 3. We times with a number that is one digit above us. 1, you times with 2. 2, you times with 3. 3, you times with 4. Then I will know that, oh, the next one probably is 4 times with 5. And the next one is 5 times with 6. And I know that, let me just highlight here, 4 is 5. And it's go correspondent to this again. Okay, so 4 times 5, 20. 5 times 6, 30. And it's just like what I told you, right? Plus 4, plus 6, plus 8, plus 10. By adding all this, it might be slightly difficult for you. Okay? And now, let's look at here. How many more white tiles than gray tiles are there in figure 15? Now, you're looking now for figure 15. And with this concept that we have learned just now, we have found out just now, we just need to do what? 15 times 2 plus 1. Here, what we do? 15 times 16. So what we can do is we can write out properly here. White tiles is 15 times 16. That is equal to 240. How about gray? Gray tiles is 15 times 2 plus 1, which is 30. So I know here is 31. Here's 240. And they say how many more? So it's 240 minus 30. And the final answer is 209. You are done for this question. So the main thing here is that a lot of you able to do this, but most probably you'll be doing listing here. Okay, 3 plus 5 plus 2, 5 plus 7 plus 2 plus 2 plus 2. Then you plus 2 until 15. Or here you plus 4 plus 6 plus 8 plus 10 plus until 15. But what if this number is a very big number? 135, 272. Then how can you solve this? That's why you need to try to figure out a formula that is going on. Okay, something like this. The formula that is going on. Or something that is going on there. Okay. So I hope this discussion able to help you to learn more about the math thing, and also please remember to write all these things down and try to practice and do your self revision. Okay. And I'll just encourage you again, this holiday you are supposed to do two things. Again, not limited to these two, but you need to do more than this. But the basic two things you need to know is first, go through again the self-analysis report that I've given to you. Please go through all the where to revise part and revise all these things, and you'll notice that is basically what came out in the exam is exactly from there. Okay. And second thing is again is to have you do revision with this countdown worksheet. And of course, you have gone through this with me just now, but probably you need some time to think through it and really rewatch it so that it can help you understand better. So I hope that this video able to help you. And again, please do revision. The challenge or the problem that you might have is just that you keep on forgetting what you have learned. You have learned all these things, just that you forget. Okay, please go through all the videos in the channel, and I hope that actually helps you. Okay, do more revision, revise all the concept you learned. Okay, thank you so much, and I hope this actually helps you. And take some good rest, and see you. Bye bye.